NBA champions Horace Grant and Bill Cartwright in the building to watch their Chicago Bulls take on the King, LeBron James, and the Lakers. First quarter is Mr. You-Know-Who down the lane. Year 21 where? LeBron. The ridiculous throwdown. Other end, Kobe White and the Bulls had a response. DeMar DeRozan was a part of it. The fadeaway deuce, the Bulls extend their lead to double digits on the Laker, and Javon Carter's not done. Catches LeBron slipping, pulls up, and the three-pointer. Chicago up by 15. Remember me, former Laker, Alex Caruso. There's been some rumblings. Caruso letting the Lakers know what they missing with the throwdown. Here comes the purple and gold, though. It's Anthony Davis off the Cam Reddish steal and dime. But the Lakers got to get back. Kobe White going right at that Lakers defense with little to no resistance. 17, 7, and 5 for Kobe White, third quarter. When you the king, you get things like that to go your way. LeBron gets to roll. He had 25 and 10. DeRozan, I thought he doubled. He gets the deuce to go. DeRozan had 27 and 9. This a scary play for the Lakers. They're down 6 when this happens as AD gets the block on Kobe. It's not about that. You see right there, AD sprains that ankle. He would be forced to leave the game for a few minutes. And in those few minutes, the Bulls take advantage. As you can see, by the end of the third, the lead's already up to 15. AD will return, but now he's all out of whack. Not on the same page with LeBron, thinking Bron wants to pass. But since LeBron's not looking at AD is called for the double dribble. And then Kobe nails the three. You already sprained my ankle. Now you're going to do that over me? You know I'm not good because you did me to not good. The Chicago Bulls are going to get the home victory as Ayo Dosunmu nails the three. DeRozan finds Nikola Vucevic for the three. Your final from the shot is 124 to 108 over the Los Angeles Lakers. If you are like me and love flexing your NBA knowledge, you should head over to the best place to play fantasy sports. That's Underdog Fantasy. For me, I love the pick'em game. It's super simple to play too. All you gotta do is go to the Underdog Fantasy website or app, pick whether a player will have a higher or lower stat line for that game, get all your picks right, and you can win up to 20 times your money. And when you sign up, if you use my code Pharaoh, your deposit will get doubled. You can't beat that. Again, head over to today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy's website or app, use my code Pharaoh, and your first deposit will get doubled. You already know it's up there when Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks take on Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. These two teams got history, playoff history at that. First quarter, Kawhi saying, remember me, fadeaway jump shot is money. Luka, like, you know, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can. Yes, I can. No, you can. Yes, I can. No, you can. Kawhi nails the three to respond to Luka. But the done not done with James Harden trying to guard him. That's just too good. To the point where even Harden's got to give it up to Luka. A little smack on the butt. You did that, says Harden. But then James did this. The lob to Ivica Zubac. The Clippers are up by 18 right before the half, though. Dallas get a little get back. Tim Hardaway Jr. nails the three. Third quarter. Off the steal, it's THJ again. Throwdown. And just like that, the Dallas deficit is down to 5. But Kawhi ain't done. Spinning, winning, and dealing. He puts the Clippers back up by 6. That's ridiculous English on that bad boy. Luka's got help nowadays. The Don inside to Dante Exum. And then Dante, who's finding a home in Texas, by the way, with the Mavs, nails the three. Dallas takes the 1-point lead in the fourth. Harden, it's like, all right, that was cool, but I'm him. The bearded one, a three of his own. And since we showing love to the lefties, how about Derrick Jones Jr., the fake, the keep, the score, the bucket plus the foul. Dallas back up by a point. They get down again, though. Here's the done. Keeping his Mavs team within striking distance. Luka had a triple-double, 28, 10, and 10. It's a one-point game. Kawhi looking and finding Norman Powell inside, plus the foul. 21 points for Norman. There was no Paul George in this one. Powell didn't mind the extra minutes and shots. When he wasn't shooting, it was either Harden or that dude, Kawhi. All a part of his game-high 30 points. Managed to grab 10 rebounds, also chipped in 5 assists. Most importantly, his Clippers got the 9-point win over the Mavs. Good news, bad news. Good news, Anthony Edwards is playing basketball. The bad news is he's going against the hottest player in the NBA, Joel Embiid, leading his Philadelphia 76ers in the war. First quarter, Embiid in a sharing mood. He finds Maxey for 3. Minnesota been on their grind, though, this year. Karl-Anthony Towns kind of dragging Embiid as he scores the tip-in. And then how about this pass from Nickeil Alexander-Walker to Edwards for 3? Look at that wrap-around dime. And he found the right man. AE rewards Alexander-Walker for his very hard efforts. Other end, Maxey been playing hard all year, nails the 3. AE tries to end Joel Embiid's MVP campaign for a second straight year. That dunk does not go, but he probably made Embiid mad. But first off, McDaniels nails the 3. He had 21 points. Other end, Embiid calmly nailing the free throw line jump shot. And his game's so nice, he probably should do it twice. The big fella carrying the Sixers at this point. Third quarter, it's AE going glass. And then Edwards showing you 27 points of work. Minnesota now out in front by 6 because AE said so. But the Sixers got a response. It's an MVP. Embiid with the nasty spin on Naz Reid, looking like Hakeem Olajuwon. But it's not Hakeem. It's Joel Embiid. Embiid going past Minnesota, the technically best team on the defensive end in the NBA. Embiid made him look like mish meat. Joel Embiid got help from this dude, Maxey, who had 35 points. 5 3-pointers made from Maxey. Inside we go. The Sixers extend their lead to double digits. Joel Embiid, a cool, calm, collective 51. He missed the free throw. That would have gave him 50, but Embiid in his bag so much, he immediately gets it back and goes over the 50 mark. This dude, Joel, has had 12 straight games of 30 and 10. Nobody's done that since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's put the Sixers on his back. He led them to a 127-113 win over Minnesota. Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers got the task of dealing with Ja Morant in his home debut this season. Ja wasted no time showing Memphis what they've been missing. It's Morant with the right. Ja, you gotta respect him. He draws 2, which leaves Jaren Jackson open for 3. Jackson had 21 points. Jaren on the attack, showing you the left. Memphis up by 8. Second quarter, we go. It's Ja Morant to Zaire Williams for show. Memphis already up 22. Oh, you can fix it just like that, huh, Ja? Yeah, I guess he can. Halliburton keeping Indiana around. 2 mid-range jump shots. Got the Pacers deficit down to 5 before the half. Tyrese had 17 points and 14 dimes. Here's one of them. Third quarter, it's Obi Toppin. Right place, right time, right grind. 22 points for Toppin. You know who's benefiting the most from Ja being back? Is this dude, Desmond Bane, already been having a great season, but now he's going to get some even opener looks. He's got Ja back, and Ja's doing things like that dime to Xavier Tillman. And then it's Ja attacking the rim with ferocity. Who going to stop that man? Memphis regains an 11-point lead in the fourth. Zaire trying to get it in to Tillman. Bad pass. Benedict Mathurin takes advantage. Pacers trying to hang around. But when it's winning time, the Grizzlies got Ja and Jaren. The Pacers Do not. It's Ja up top to Jaren, and then it's Bane. One more again for 3. 31 points, 7 assists for Desmond, and Ja's home debut. Ja had 25 and 8. It was his energy that really put this thing over the top. The Grizzlies win 116-103. Paul George set to do battle without his forward mate. No Kawhi Leonard as the Clippers head to OKC to take on the Thunder. OKC got all their key pieces though, and they were all effective first quarter. You see Josh Giddey with the dime to SGA. And then Gilgeous-Alexander. Doesn't need nobody to pass it to him because he can do things like that. The Thunder already up 9. We're still in the first. Josh Giddey. A little do-it-himself mission. I'd already passed the rock. This time I want to show you my skill set. 11 points for Giddey. His night ended early. Second quarter, Paul George. Body language not so great as he misses the jump shot. Luguentz Dort throws it down. I showed you good Giddey. Here's bad Giddey. You see Josh roll that ankle attacking that Clippers defense. He would leave the game and not return. I showed you bad Paul George. Now I'm about to show you good PG. There goes that beautiful mid-range jump shot. And when you make one, the body language is a lot better. Clippers cut their deficit down to 2. Third quarter is Harden giving them the lead. The bearded one at 23 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Chet Holmgren, the rookie, getting crafty, going off the glass to himself. Holmgren matched Harden's energy with 23 points himself, also had 6 rebounds, 7 assists. And then from there, you already know SGA said, "May I have this dance, Los Angeles?" Gilgeous-Alexander for 3, the steal and the throwdown. You already know what that stat line looking like for Gilgeous-Alexander. 31 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. It's the Oklahoma City Thunder putting an end to a Clippers winning streak. They win by 19. The Utah Jazz entered Detroit without a bunch of their key cogs. No marketing, no Clarkson, no Talen Horton-Tucker, no rookie Keontae George. So the Pistons got a chance to win a basketball game. First quarter, Marvin Bagley flushing, and then Cade Cunningham shooting. The Pistons are up 8 points in a basketball game, but it's Detroit, so that means the other team's got a chance. Kelly Olynyk gets the and 1. He had a big night. Chris Dunn had a double-double. There's one of the dimes. In transition to Ochai Agbaji, who throws it down. Now Agbaji showing you the range, nailing the three-pointer just like that. The Jazz have come back to take the double-digit lead just like Detroit, but Cunningham says enough is enough. He had 28 points, 10 assists. Could he lead Detroit to a win? Colin Sexton says no. He lays it in. Second half, Jaden Ivey, remember me? Pulls up, deuce counts plus the foul. Detroit down 1. Other end we go. It's Simone Petecchio for show. Nailing the 3. Jazz up by 6. More Agbaji showing you what hard work and dedication can do. Agbaji had 18 points. Petecchio had 16. This game's still in Utah's favor. Fourth quarter. Done. The floater. It's money. Oh, man. Detroit's about to lose again, ain't they? Cunningham says, not so fast. Pistons trail by 5. But here's more of what got Detroit in the mess that they're in right now. The turnover leads to John Collins throwing it down. He had 13. And then Olynyk nails the deep tray ball. 27 points, 6 assists, 4 steals, 3 rebounds for Olynyk. And the short-handed Utah Jazz beat the woeful Pistons by 8. Welcome to another episode of the Who's Pharaoh podcast. I am yours truly, the one and only. I am Pharaoh. We start this episode off, first off, showing some love to today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you tap in, lock your picks in. Christmas Day in the NBA is a day like none other. As you can see, Underdog Fantasy's got you covered with a give me pick. LeBron James higher or lower than half a point. Listen, I've been watching LeBron James his entire career. I've never seen him score less than half a point in a basketball game. So what does that mean? All you need is one additional pick, presumably correct, to win. Tap in right now, Underdog Fantasy. Please use the code Pharaoh, and you're going to get a deposit match first time around, all right? Thank y'all so much. Rocking out. Please use that code Pharaoh. I want to start this episode of the Who's Pharaoh podcast in Detroit, where I'm not so sure if the Pistons are even there anymore. They haven't been there for quite some time. 25 losses in a row following the Pistons' defeat to a Utah Jazz team that presumably should have been easy to beat. Utah didn't have Lauri Markkanen, their best player. Their second best player, Jordan Clarkson. They didn't have Keontae George, their very talented rookie. Hell, they ain't even throw Taylor Horton-Tucker out there. Damn. Detroit, y'all couldn't beat that. The Pistons are a whopping 2-26 after starting the season off 2-1. I remember doing the game highlight for their second win of the season. They beat the Chicago Bulls. If you remember, Zach LaVine had 51 points in that game. That's why I vividly remember that highlight. They ain't won a damn game since. It's bad in Detroit. First time head coach in Detroit, Monty Williams, is taking a lot of the blame for this, and deservedly so. He got the bag, and the team ain't responding. After this loss to the Jazz, Monty said, I want to be careful with my words because this one hurts more than most of them. A team that played last night in Utah got 50 points off turnovers and rebounds. It is unbelievably hard to understand how we can get outworked in those categories. Cade Cunningham, the former number 1 overall pick, supposed to be the best player of this team. Cade said, we're not 2-26 bad. No way we're that bad. I think we can turn this around. We can play a much better brand of basketball. I don't know where Detroit goes from here. If you listen to your boy Pharaoh of recent, I've been telling you guys, I've been tapping into a lot of college basketball as well as the NBA product. And I'm looking around, ladies and gentlemen. There is no standout number 1 player in this upcoming draft in 2024. You know, not only is there not a Victor Wembanyama, not only is there not a Chet Holmgren, a Paolo Banchero, I'm having a hard time looking and seeing a guy as talented as Jabari Smith Jr. right now. And not to say that, you know, somebody could easily climb that totem pole in 2024 and make themselves the clear-cut number 1 and number 2s, number 3s. I don't see it right now. And let's just say one guy does put himself above the rest of that class. Who's to say the Detroit Pistons are going to get the number 1 overall pick? There is a such thing as a draft lottery in the NBA. So this is awful. And again, my thing is I don't see where things can 100% get better. There's no big-time injury with Detroit. They're not missing Ja Morant. Hell, their Ja Morant is supposed to be Cade Cunningham. And right now, he's not getting it done. And I'll be honest with you, Cade Cunningham is a guy that I did not believe in coming out of Oklahoma State. But watch this. During his rookie campaign, he actually sold me on him being a lot better than I thought. I feel really stupid right now because Cade Cunningham is the player that he sold me to be his rookie campaign. There is no way on God's green earth a guy that's supposed to be as good as Cade is supposed to be the point guard for a team that's 2-26 right now. 25 straight losses for the NBA's worst, the Detroit Pistons. It is bad in Detroit. They got masks on. I mean, it's Cleveland Browns bad. Remember them really bad Cleveland Browns teams of a decade ago? It's bad in Detroit right now. They screaming, sell the team.
3 the rebounds. Embiid. Oh, seconds. 50-piece of the season.
There is nobody in the NBA playing better basketball, not just in December, the entire damn season, more than Joel Embiid is playing right now. Joel Embiid is on another level from every single body right now. That includes Giannis, that includes Jokic, and that includes Luka. If the season were to end today, I don't believe there are any question marks about who is the NBA's regular season MVP once again. It would be Joel Embiid back-to-back years. Ladies and gentlemen, I keep hearing the same question about if you're Philadelphia, what star do you put around Joel Embiid? I got a hot take for you. I wouldn't put any star next to Joel Embiid. My solution to my problems, I believe, is already on the roster in Philadelphia. I'm going to make Joel Embiid figure it out in the playoffs. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make him figure it out. I'm going to make him fail so bad that he finally fails forward. I believe one of these years, Embiid is going to get through the humps that has hindered him in the second round of the playoffs thus far in his very young career. If anything, I'll go out and maybe add a piece like a Jordan Clarkson, a big shot maker that will either take some pressure off Tyrese Maxey or allow Clarkson to get one-on-ones in the playoffs. I'd go do that, but I'm not adding another star to Philadelphia right now. I like what I got in Maxey. I love what I got in Embiid. I'm riding with it till the wheels fall off. I believe Joel Embiid is going to get over this hump pretty much by his damn self, by his failures. I think his failures are going to fail forward because you look at the rate at which this dude has grown since he's gotten in the league. I'm going to be honest with you. By now, I thought Embiid would have already played his best basketball. I was wrong. He's still getting better. He is dominating the NBA right now. Still averaging 35 points and 6 assists. Obviously, double-digit rebounds. There is nobody playing better ball than Joel Embiid. And he's got the narrative for another MVP because he's got the very rare I won MVP and my star teammate wanted to get traded. So Embiid had the story with James Harden last year. Now the Sixers pretty much bring back the same team minus Harden. They go get some rotational players, and the team is gelling perfectly. They're one of the Eastern Conference best. And when I look at Milwaukee with the amount of talent that they supposedly got bringing in Dame, and when I look at other teams like the Chicago Bulls underwhelming, when I look at pretty much every team not named the Boston Celtics out east, I'm looking at the Philadelphia 76ers as overachieving compared to the talent they got on their roster. And I give Embiid a lot of damn credit for that. What that man just did against the Minnesota Timberwolves, I mean, come on, bro. I mean, do I need to really go down and break it down verbatim? Minnesota had the NBA's best defense. This man just put a peaceful 51 on their head top.
And they have it first to start the fourth. Morant drives, got to the cup, laid it up and in, and the foul.
Here's what I need from Ja Morant. I need him more than anybody else to realize there is absolutely no other Ja Morant on the face of this earth. What he's great at, what he does for a small market team in Memphis is undeniable. It's incredible. He is the Memphis Grizzlies. Listen, Ja Morant goes out and drops 26 and 8 on the Indiana Pacers. The Grizzlies get their second straight win since Ja's been back. Statistically, nothing was going to top what Ja did in his debut of the season against the New Orleans Pelicans. He goes 34-6 and 8, knocks in the game winner at the buzzer after the Grizzlies trailed by 19 points in the second half of that basketball game against the Pelicans. Nothing was going to top that except Ja Morant being there. So he topped it. Not statistically, but he topped it with his energy. Ja Morant had people going to that Grizzlies game that had no intentions on touching that product until he got back. I have so many friends at that freaking Memphis Grizzlies home. I'm calling it the home debut at the FedEx Forum because Ja's back. It is their home debut. Their season just started. He is the spirit of the Memphis Grizzlies. But I need, number one, before any fan, any teammate, any coach, any family member, any friend, I need Ja Morant to realize that more than anybody. Because when I'm watching this dude play basketball and I'm watching him dominate on the court, he affects so many lives with his greatness. And when I watch him after the game do something, is one thing I didn't like in the midst of Ja Morant going crazy on the Pelicans. He's heading to the locker room, and I'm hearing him say, "I kept receipts." And I'm thinking to myself, kept receipts? What the hell you keep receipts for? You kept receipts on the strap that y'all bought? What? Well, Ja Morant said he kept receipts. You would have thought the NBA wronged him. You would have thought he went to jail and was actually innocent of all charges. That's absolutely not what happened to Ja. He got caught on IG Live on his homie Instagram, and Ja had the strap on him in his hand. And it's a bad look for the league. I don't want to hear about no goddamn Josh Giddey. All right, we talking about Ja Morant. I'm sorry. Have y'all seen Josh Giddey play this year? It ain't about him in OKC. He not a freaking face of the league. I don't want to hear about Miles Bridges. When was the last time you turned the Charlotte Hornets on and watched them for a whole game. I actually watched them play. I'm just saying, the casual fan out there, when was the last time you watched a damn Hornets game from start to finish? I don't care about them. Don't tell me about no damn Josh Giddey. Don't tell me about no damn Miles Bridges. Ja Morant is one of the faces of the league. So when he does something, it's going to be highly magnified. The internet knows about Ja Morant. He's in Twitter culture. He's in our culture. So things that he does is going to get put on a bigger stage. The honest to God truth, nobody would be talking about Josh Giddey if what happened to Ja Morant didn't happen. You think people give a crap about what Josh Giddey? Obviously, I'm not promoting anything that he's been accused of. The reason why that was such a big story online and it got to the desk of the NBA is because people are comparing it to this dude, Ja Morant. So even that you can't even do that with me. Ja Morant is him. I need him to realize that. I don't want to hear about no damn red receipts. Okay, I don't care about that. No, nobody wronged you. Adam Silver really rocking with you, if I'm being honest with you. He really trying to throw you lobs to fix it. He really threw you a lob the first time around. I'm going to tell you some real on the side. Since the Indiana Pacers were in Memphis taking on the Grizzlies, you just downed them because you're so damn great. If you want to be truthful, last year when the Pacers came to Memphis around this time, allegedly, y'all flashed the beam on the Pacers staff. If Adam really wanted to play that game with you, Ja, he really could have threw you under the table for that one. He really could have gave you an 82-game Gilbert Arenas, Javaris Critterin type suspension for that mess. So nobody wronged you. If that's the mentality, you already off to a bad start. It ain't gonna work anyway because you're gonna do something dumb again. I don't even want that to be the mentality. I want Ja Morant to know that he's better than most people. He is great at something that athletically 99.99999% of the world we can't do. I need Ja Morant to understand that, number one. As long as he's got that, he'll make sure the family's in place. He'll make sure the friends don't mess this up. He'll make sure the teammates work hard. He'll make sure the coaches on their P's and Q's. He'll put asses in the seats. Fans are going to come out to see Ja Morant. He's just that damn great. But again, it all starts with Ja Morant realizing he is him.
More pass and Zion picks it off. Oh, and he misses the dunk. Oh, my. And I see a big grin on his face that, like, it's not loose yet. Yeah.
Very interesting tidbits about Zion Williamson's contract as we close out this episode of the Who's Fair podcast. According to The Athletic's Mike Volkanov, the last 3 years of Zion's contract are not guaranteed. I had no idea about this. Zion signed his extension in July of 2022. I'll explain to you the significance of that in a second. But apparently, and this is according to Spot Rag, ladies and gentlemen, the last 3 years of Zion's deal are contingent on his health. So just to put it out there, 20% of Zion's 25-26 salary becomes guaranteed if he passes all 6 of his weigh-in checkpoints during the 2024-25 season. 40% of Zion's 25-26 salary becomes guaranteed if he plays 41 games during the 24-25 season. Additional 20% if he plays 51 games. The remaining 20% if he plays 61 games. Okay? Salaries for the 2026, 27, and 27-28 seasons can all be re-guaranteed if the above metrics are hit the season prior. Weight must be under 295 pounds. Body fat must be moderate. Injury sustained to right foot is also a piece of the puzzle about Zion's contract. I had no idea that this was out there. Thank y'all for bearing with me as I read it to you. I'm so intrigued by this because, number one, Zion signed this contract in 2022, but it didn't kick in out the gate. The contract is just kicking in this season. So last year was the last year of his rookie deal, technically. But the metrics of this contract were based off of last year, which, again, the contract now is triggered to be not guaranteed because of the amount of games that Zion didn't play last year during the 2022-23 season. I hope you're following me. I'm trying to figure out how can a new contract, I understand it's an extension. I'm trying to see how a new contract can be contingent off of something that happened in the last contract. I don't know who the hell Zion's agent, but that's bad hustling. Let me tell y'all something. The NBA is not the NFL. In the NFL, people get replaced all the damn time. Unless your name is Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joey Burrow. I mean, and after that, I'm really reaching, to be honest with you guys. You can get replaced at any darn time. All these great wide receivers, the Jamar Chases, the Justin Jeffersons. By the way, they're both free agents this offseason. We shall see if they stay in Minnesota, Cincinnati. I got my doubts. Anybody can get replaced in the NFL. I can get about 65, 70% of the production, 80% less on the contract. In the NBA, it ain't like that. These dudes are one of ones. Every football player out there, for the most part, dreams of being an NBA player. Wish they were being an NBA player. Zion Williamson is a one-of-one player. His brand is big. He's had some stumbles. He has not played games. For the life of me, I would have never signed this deal if I'm Zion. Somebody would have paid him as is. Had he opted to not sign that deal with the Pelicans. Had he played out his rookie deal, yes, they would have had a team option on one additional year. But, I mean, hell, if something happened, God forbid, to Zion tomorrow, they can tear up the back end of that contract. This is the NBA. You do not have to sign non-guaranteed deals when you're as great as Zion, which makes me go somewhere else. Either Zion's got a terrible agent, or the second thing, maybe there's more here to Zion's health. Maybe he's got concerns about his health. Why would he sign this? If I'm Zion, somebody else will pay me. Wait, no. The Knicks will give me the fully guaranteed today. I don't give a. They don't care about my concerns. They don't care how big I was. You ever see Eddie Curry? Remember him? They don't give a damn what way to. In New York, they just want him. So to me, it's more telling of maybe Zion not feeling as if though he had as much leverage and wanted to get something locked in as quick as he could. He did not have to sign this deal. I am baffled that Zion decided to sign this contract with seemingly so much of it in the Pelicans' favor. Because let's say Zion goes over the weight. Let's say he can't get a handle on his weight. And he hadn't had the greatest year thus far. Let's say he can't get a handle on his weight. The Pelicans just going to let him go? I'll call the Pelicans bluff. At least definitely in 25, 26. They going to at least play that thing out until 27 at least. Like, I don't think they're going to really let him go. You'd rather have him on the roster and trade him bare minimum. You're just not going to let a talent like that walk. So I think it's a bluff call. It's a terrible deal for Zion. Everybody gets guaranteed money in the NBA when you're at his level or better. I don't understand that one. I want to thank you, though, for rocking out with your boy and tuning in to another episode of the Who's Fair podcast. Make sure you lock in them picks with Underdog Fantasy. Thank y'all so much. Time, love, and support. Happy holidays from mine to yours. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, for building your own thing and doing your own thing.
Why build theirs when I believe I can build my own?
You've already done it, or I wouldn't be here.
I'm already the only elite sports and music journalist in the game today. My goal is simple, to be the best there's ever been. So, please don't go. Make sure you subscribe and follow the journey. It truly means everything to me. I tell stories. I talk music. I cover sports. I am culture. I am Pharaoh.